Sporty greetings. Let's do a quick check on the National Sports Festival. What's going on? It's the 22nd edition, and Ogun State is hosting Gateway Games 2024. It's day 4, and it has come alive because we're starting to see real competition, and teams are winning medals. Gone by, you saw that explosive handball game, and it's good to see that handball is getting competitive. Shout out to Samuel Shehu and his team at the Handball Federation of Nigeria. We can now see it even at the National Sports Festival. It was competitive. Lagos beating Sokoto 25-24. And the one that shocked me, Kano beating Niger by the same scoreline 25-24. So you see, all of these things are part of what, that ecosystem is turning into when you talk about handball in Nigeria. I love that one so much. Also, there was badminton, so the states are really getting into it now. I also love the concept of the invited junior athletes. I'm big on development, and it's good to know that they're already winning medals. That team is made up of champions from the National Youth Games. So the National Sports Commission said, how can we get these guys busy? And they said, okay, we bring them together into one team called IJA. That's the acronym, Invited Junior Athletes. And they are so competitive. They are bossing it. They won the first 2 gold medals at the games just before the opening ceremony. So it tells you that there are talents at that level. We just need to discover them. So I cannot wait to see what we will do with that one. But I'm staying focused on the mandate, build a sports economy. That's what the president said to the National Sports Commission. Said, look, we need to start thinking about business, because sports is big business. And Shehu, Dikko and his team, they are not sleeping on that. Just before the games got off properly, he had a chat with the governor of Ogun State, Governor Dapo Abiodun, and he was reminding him of some of the things that Ogun can benefit and how it can build that sports economy that we have been talking about. Let's listen to Shehu, Dikko.
Ogun State have already set the marker. A couple of years back, Mr. Tando knows, we used to go around begging states to find a host. But with the kind of positive narratives that has been put forward by Ogun State, the kind of work we have done, as of today, I think we have more than almost 10 states that have already sent in application bidding to host the 2028, because we have already given the 2026 to Enugu State, who are also trying to replicate what you are doing here. So that enough is something that we can say it's Ogun State now that started this process. The reason why the games are not being held before the way it should be in the right timing is because we have to look for the host, beg for the host. But now, what you have done, you have now upscaled the games to a level where every state now is interested to have it. Even a state that doesn't have any sacrifices, Excellency have done, whatever you have done is for the future and it's for the state. It has put the state in the right perspective. There are certain infrastructures that would never be, as you said, Your Excellency, would never be looked at if not for the games that happen today. That is the benefit of hosting these games.
I like it. I love this conversation, and I will stay focused on it. This sports economy. Shehu Dikko said a lot of good things, set the standards. And with what Ogun is doing, the states that are bidding now, they know that they need to up the game. It's all about raising the bar. And most important, looking at ways that you can use sports to empower the youth, champion active youth development, talk about the 360-degree sports branding, infrastructural development in there, athletes' welfare, grassroots development. It's a huge project, and I love that they're no longer joking with it. So shout out to Shehu Dikko and his team for staying focused on this mandate of building a sports economy. And Governor Dapo Abiodun took the conversation further, the type I like to hear. After the National Sports Festival, what's next? All of the infrastructure that Ogun has put in place, all of the facilities that we're seeing now that people are saying is looking good for the games. When the sports festival is over, what will Ogun be doing? The governor gave us an answer.
We were initially worried that, these sporting facilities, post games, you find that they become idle infrastructure. What do we do with them? And because of that, we have begun to look at models around the world that have implemented what is called a sports economy. And to that extent, we are being very deliberate about creating an economy around this infrastructure, such that beyond the games, they will continue to impact and be a contributor to the GDP of the state. So we already have a team that is headed by our own mathematical Shehu, who will be working very closely with us. I've since appointed him as the Grand Ambassador of Sports for the state, and also a consultant on this project for us, because we must ensure that beyond the economic impact that the games offers, by affecting the entire ecosystem.
Whew, this is the sort of conversation I want to be having when we talk about sports development in Nigeria. The governor said everything I wanted to hear, particularly in terms of not just building that sports economy, sustaining it. So after the National Sports Festival, he has highlighted some of the things that they have put in place that will make sure that everything that they have achieved doesn't go the way it used to go back in the day. So Governor Dapo Abiodun, well done for now, because we will be watching and we'll be asking questions. And it's up now to the NSC to find ways that they can put together strategic partnerships, with Ogun State and the states that is, I know we're going to Enugu next, or Enugu 2026, the state that will come up in 2028. There should be like a tripartite relationship. Speak to Ogun State, Enugu, start getting ready, learn from the mistakes Ogun State made. It's all about getting better, and use it to consolidate before your time. And then the next state that will win the bid, this is how we will develop that sports economy. I know it's a lot of hard work, it's long term, but I like that it seems like we're on motion. Let's just pray for some level of consistency, commitment to go the distance. So I will continue to bring updates from the National Sports Festival, but I won't come here and say, oh, Lagos defeated Akwa Ibom in this, and all of those conversations, those results you can see online. It is those talks that we know can lead to proper action that will turn things around with Nigeria sports. I'll see you around again. That's it.